Hello everybody and welcome back to another Shakuhachi lesson. My name is Sean Renzo Head and I am your licensed Shakuhachi instructor. Today we're going to be going over how to increase your trill speed. So trill speed is basically, what a trill is going from one note to the next note. And technically, for some of the notes on Shakuhachi, they aren't actually considered trills because it's not in a scale fashion. So really that first one, that D to F natural, has another, I believe it's called the tremolando, where it's between a greater than a second. But how do we increase that speed? And the main thing here is what I find that most of my students do is that they're very tight. When they're grabbing the shakuhachi, it's almost like they're choking it out rather than having a light and a very, just the perfect amount of tension sort of grip. And so when I'm holding the shakuhachi, it's about to the point where my bottom thumb has a lot of the is doing a lot of the weight carrying for the shakuhachi. Everything else is really, if I remove my bottom thumb, everything slides off. So this thumb here is in charge of really keeping everything steady with this middle finger. Everything else, if I release the tension there, it just really falls through my hands. So that's the level of tension that you're going to need, because if you have too much, it's going to be very difficult to move the fingers quickly, and you'll build up some lovely tendinitis in your arms too, and maybe even carpal tunnel. So definitely the squeezing action is something you're going to want to avoid, and try to break that habit as quickly and as safely as you can. So what do I do to increase that? So after I have that really nice light feel where there's very little tension, what I do is I actually do a rhythmic system. So I use a metronome and I'll have a click going, and then I'll do quarter notes. Then I'm going to go into eighth notes. So from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then I'm going to move into triplets. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3 lolly, 4 lolly. Then to 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a, or for some of the people that have taken rhythmic, diga 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 diga. Then for me personally, I don't think that the 5 and the 6 necessarily work. Rather than going back and now saying in my first quarter note was around here. Now I'm going to make it here. And this is about 120. Okay, now I'll speed it up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I highly recommend using a metronome at the same time. I'm not using one just out of convenience for the video and the purpose of the lesson, but using a metronome to have that click going against to keep you really on point with the rhythm will really help. And then all you do is next finger up. And the reason why I like this so much is because you're training yourself to be even. There's nothing worse than when you're trying to trill really fast, and sometimes it's fast and sometimes it's slow, or it's just really not smooth. So the smooth trill is a happy trill. I'll see you guys next week, and don't forget that you can take lessons with me at SeanHeadMusic.com. Just go to the bottom contact form and send me an email directly, and we can take lessons on your time at your convenience. I'll see you guys next week.